Hey guys, so if you ever watch the mob movie, the mob boss, when he's gonna kill somebody, when he's gonna put a hit on someone in their family or someone in another family, he's gonna give the contract to someone who's very close, usually the best friend of the man they want to hit. And we just seen this go down. The Biden crime family gave that hit to Fox News. And I should have seen it coming, but even I was surprised. You know, I never fell for this liberal crap that Fox News was a conservative news station. But I did think Fox News was a credible news station. You know, I believe their fair and balanced slogan, because they always have, you know, two liberals, two conservatives. They would let a Democrat talk, they would let a Republican. Unlike ABC, CBS, and NBC, where they have all these people acting like they're nonpartisan, and you know from history these are the most liberal Democrats. And CNN, you know, forget about it. You know, they don't even, CNN and MSNBC don't even hide who they are. They come right out. But Fox News, I always thought would give you a fair and honest shake. And they did it, man. They did it. I was, you know, I started noticing when I was watching the election, and Virginia had like 1% of the votes in. Trump was leading by 100,000, and they called Virginia for Biden. I was like, they wanted to get those numbers up on the board for some reason, it seemed. Then they called Arizona, like after a couple hours. And like days, literally days before any other news station called Arizona. And a lot of political experts are saying that Trump still has a chance. They're still counting votes today as we speak, even though all the news media is saying Biden's our president. Arizona's still counting votes. And then Fox News really showed themselves to me, I think it was yesterday, when they mentioned to the reporter about people not having access in Philadelphia to see the mail-in ballots counted. And I had just seen Pam Bondi, Florida's former state attorney general, a really sharp girl, and she was out there on her phone saying, listen, look, at the doors are locked. They won't let us in. We're observers. We're supposed to be observing them counting the ballots. They're counting the ballots, and they won't let any Republicans in there. Then, like a few minutes later, she came back with a court order. She actually asked the court for an emergency order. She says, I have a court order right here. She's showing us. And they still wouldn't let her in. Finally, they let them in. And they got their phones showing they won't let them get within 30 feet of the ballots. They're supposed to be looking, making sure these ballots say what the guys counting them say they say. There's another guy got on his phone. These guys throwing something in a garbage. He said, it looks like ballots, but I'm so far away I can't tell. They have a big plastic bag. They're throwing stuff in a garbage. And so Fox News showed its hand by saying, oh, that's a lie. There's people in there right now, Republicans and Democrats, looking at the ballots. And I was like, that's not what we're saying. We're saying they didn't let them in for a while. We know they're in now, but they're 30 feet away. So what good is it being in there now? And they act like this is so horrible to say there's fraud, when in previous videos I mentioned all the fraud that took place in Pennsylvania. But I'm just going to read one article from this year of a guy getting arrested. I mean, you could look up dozens of cases just like this in Philadelphia alone, never mind Pittsburgh and other parts of Pennsylvania. This is the New York Post, May 21st, 2020, this year. Okay, a former Philadelphia election official has pleaded guilty to taking thousands of dollars in bribes to stuff the ballot boxes for Democrats in local races between 2014 and 2016. Dominic DeMoro, 73, a former judge of elections. So this is rampant in Pennsylvania. And I'm watching, and like I said, I've been watching elections my whole life. And I just keep seeing the margin getting bigger and bigger in Pennsylvania. And at one point, Trump was up by almost 700,000 votes in Pennsylvania on election night, and they stopped the counting. And I thought about Philadelphia, how they harvest ballots, how they cheat. And I was like, please don't tell me they're going to cheat. And I was like, nah, there's no way. It's impossible to find that many illegal votes. And they found it. They overcame it. And if you question it, you're considered a conspiracy theorist. But there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. And Archbishop Vigano sent a letter to Trump. I'm sure my Catholic viewers know about this, but some of my friends may not. He was the bishop in Washington, D.C. He knows all the players. And he sent a letter to Trump saying, months before the election, the deep state is going to try and steal this election, and they're going to use COVID-19 to do it so they can do their reset. And I was like, this sounds like a conspiracy. What the heck is a reset? And I Googled reset. There was actually a meeting with like world leaders and billionaires that they want to reset the world and make everybody equal. So the only way you can make everybody equal is to make everybody poor. That's basically socialism. So it's some scary stuff, but Trump retweeted it, tweeted out the letter, said thank you to the Archbishop, and basically said, yeah, we know, but we got the best lawyers in place, and we're going to fight that. So that's what's going on right now. Right now, Trump was ready for them to try and steal the election. So we got lawyers all over, and we have evidence. I'm not going to go through all the evidence here. If you want, check out Rudy Giuliani's press conference today. He lays out a lot of evidence. Not hearsay, not conspiracy theory, hard evidence that he's going to use in court. So, just because the media says Biden's our president, until all the ballots, the legal ballots, are counted and certified, they have to be certified by each state, that's when we'll know. I remember when Al Gore and George Bush versed each other. I remember the media saying Al Gore won. I remember them saying George Bush. It went back like 3 or 4 times in one night. They projected Biden the winner. They projected Bush the winner. Then finally they said, we don't know. And it took 36 more days for us to figure it out. So guys, this isn't over. These liberals that love abortion, they can dance in the street all day and celebrate that abortion is going to be rampant in this country. All these Democrats can cry, oh, we got our guy in. But it ain't over. It isn't over yet. Trust me. And but I'll tell you one thing, that either way this goes, this has lit a fire in me. I am praying for God to give me the wisdom, and I'm going to light up some videos. We need to do evangelism, and I'm going to use this platform I got. You guys, whatever platform you got, if you're good at one-on-one talking to people, we got to evangelize, because they're saying the amount of Christians that voted for Biden is more than one. We're in trouble. If you are a Christian, I don't see how you could not vote for the most pro-life president and vote for the most pro-abortion president. This is insane. So we need Christians, we need to evangelize. Catholic Christians, as well as evangelicals, did a lot better. I think like 80% of them voted for Trump. But I think the number's only like 50 or 60% of Catholic Christians. We need to evangelize our brothers and sisters. I mean, if every Christian voted pro-life, the Republicans would have had a trifecta. They would have won the House, they would have won the Senate, they would have kept the Senate, and we would have had the presidency. So we really need to evangelize. I mean, that's the one lesson I got from this. But like I said in my last video, even if somehow Biden does steal this, and Lord willing, looks like we held the Senate. I know they're saying it's up in the air, but I think we held it. So he's not going to be able to push through his socialist agenda. He ain't going to be able to pack the courts. A lot of the things we fear the most, he's not going to be able to do. Basically, he's just going to make it like Obama's America. He's going to take us to mediocrity. Everything's the same, where they make their funky trade deals and probably get us in another little war here and there. This is the normal. They'll get back to the normal corruption in Washington. So basically, Joe Biden's slogan should have been, let's make America mediocre again. That should have been his slogan, because with a Republican senator blocking everything, he's not going to be able to make it horrible like their plan was, but he'll probably just make it mediocre. We'll go back to, it's kind of sad. We didn't have a peace deal in the Middle East for 50 years. Trump gets 3 signed and probably had 3 more lined up. Peace in the Middle East. There was no war going on. We were pulling all our troops out of the Middle East. We got energy independent. We didn't need to go fight wars for oil anymore. We make more oil than Saudi Arabia. That's going to end. So it's going to go back to the same old junk. Same old bureaucracy, corruption, the same old, same old. We had it. We had 4 years, God blessed us, with a man who just came in and just turned over the apple carts and just, blew through Washington, but we got 3 pro-life judges in the Supreme Court that are going to be there for the next 40 years. We got 300 federal court judges that are solid originalists. And so there are some silver linings here, but like I said, it's not over. Keep praying, fast. This is serious. But if Biden does become president, the sun will still come out. God will still be God. America will still be the greatest country to live in. And we just got to fight harder to get rid of this corruption, But the focus got to be on the church. Again, if we can have that many Christians, Catholic Christians and evangelical Christians, voting for the most pro-abortion ticket in history against the most pro-life ticket, this is mind-boggling. These people must not know the Lord. I hate to say it. I don't know how you can have the Spirit of God in you and vote for the party of death. This may sound judgmental. I'm probably going to lose more subscribers. It's like I got a hole in the ship and they're just seeping out. Every time I make a political video, I lose a dozen or so. But hey, I got to do what I got to do. I love my country. And, God has given me the freedom to speak. And even though I don't speak real eloquent, people tend to listen. So I'm going to keep speaking. God bless.